Many games have tried to replicate the slow-burning tension and chaotic action of Aliens, but Dark Descent is the first game since Monolith's AVP2 to really nail it. Developer Tindalos Interactive has thought intensely about how to get the best out of James Cameron's film in a virtual context, and their solution is a scintillating real-time tactics game that blends stealth, strategy, and nail-biting gunfights. The game takes place on Lethe, a Xenomorph-infested moon owned by OG tech startup Weyland-Yutani, and where the colonial marine frigate USS Otago has had the misfortune to crash land. The cause of the crash is detailed in an elaborate story-driven prologue that doubles as a tutorial. Tindalos Interactive has a decent cinematic eye, and Dark Descent captures the aesthetic and soundscape of both Scott and Cameron, but the script lacks some wit and subtleties. A mess of forced conflicts and awkward dialogue, it's a draining parasite hidden in the game's chest, just waiting to burst out with a clanging line or an incongruous emotional outburst. Unlike most tactics games, you control the entire squad simultaneously, moving them around with the right mouse button and interacting with environments using the left. It seems odd at first, but makes sense once you realize just how vulnerable your Marines are whilst isolated. Your squad will automatically shoot to keep creatures at bay, but that alone is rarely enough to stop them. Hitting spacebar opens up a more elaborate skill menu, which lets you deal more damage in context-specific ways. Dark Descent's tactical fundamentals involve deploying these abilities effectively, knowing when to stick and when to twist. Yet no matter how well you fend off Xenomorphs, there will be lingering consequences to the fight. Every attack increases alien aggressiveness, represented by a creeping ticker in the top right of the screen. When it shifts up a gear, not only will more aliens prowl the mission area, they'll also send a massive horde in your direction, but these attacks also increase your squad's stress level, making them shoot more wildly and consume more ammo. They can reduce stress by popping nap relief pills, or welding the doors of a room shut for a quick rest, but both consume vital resources. All this combines to create a thrilling rollercoaster of tension, where a single Xeno wandering into a room can spiral into an intense, protracted battle that could leave your Marines terrified, maimed, abducted, or plain old dead. It's a fascinating mixture of ideas that creates tons of emergent conundrums. This occurs at both the small scale, such as choosing where to set up your defenses when an alien onslaught is imminent, and at the larger scale, like using a day to return to a previous mission to pick up additional resources. Is Dark Descent to Aliens what Isolation is to Alien? In how it builds the best game it can out of the themes and ideas of the film it's based on? Yes, absolutely. The execution isn't quite as successful, but it isn't far off. And even with those narrative shortfalls, it's still the most enjoyable and authentic Aliens game I've played.